Hello my fashion lovers and welcome back to my channel. So famous Nigerian singer Mr Eazi and famous fashionista Temi Otedola finally revealed their long anticipated wedding pictures, and my god, so they shared majority of the pictures with Vogue. And if you know anything about weddings or Vogue weddings, that's like the creme de la creme of weddings. If your wedding can be considered a Vogue wedding, girl, you've outdone yourself. You know, Vogue is it's literally the biggest fashion magazine to ever exist. So if your wedding gets associated with Vogue magazine, just know you outdid yourself, and clearly they outdid themselves here, you know. And honestly, they actually have the influence, even aside the fashion. Of course, they have the influence to be featured in Vogue. But in today's video, I'll be dissecting the looks we got at the wedding and just sharing my thoughts on the entire wedding, because I've been wanting to talk about this thing for a while, but I'm currently not in my studio. I'm currently not home. I've been away from home for quite a while now, and my body has been itching me. My mouth has been itching me. It has been scratching me so bad. So I'm like, let me just do my voiceover content. I think that's the only thing I can do here because I'm not in my studio. And if you are one of my OG followers, you've been following me for a while, I'm sure you're very familiar with this. So just bear with me. It's not going to be my typical or my studio content. So bear with me while I just do this and share my thoughts on all the looks we got, because the looks were spectacular, as I've said, 10 across board, and the entire wedding was just out of this world. So let's quickly get into the details. So the wedding festivities were held across 3 different countries, from the civil wedding, which was held in Monaco, down to the traditional wedding, which was held in Dubai, and the last one, that's the grand finale, the white wedding, which was held in Iceland. Yeah, the one that got leaked a bit, that's one that was held in Iceland. And I really applaud how they've been able to keep things private since the whole wedding festivities has been going on. Because what do you mean we did not even have an idea that these things have been happening? They did not even let the public know about these things, aside the one that got leaked in Iceland. And that one, we did not even really see them. We just saw like tiny glimpses here and there, nothing really extra. And I know for a fact, if it was someone like Mida through that sort of wedding, my god, the internet will be buzzing. I would be disturbing you guys on your timeline with my pictures. I would not even breathe. I would not rest. But I mean, Mr Eazi and Temi are very private people, so they've kept things very private. And I really like the whole intentionality that went into, would I say, curating the wedding, like every single wedding, every single one of the wedding festivities, from the civil to the trial down to the white. I think since Kenneth's Glow's wedding, that's the one that was held middle of the month in June. That's the one she held in Paris, from Anambra to Paris. I believe the trial was in Anambra, then the other one was in the south of France, not Paris, sorry, the south of France. I think I've not seen any other wedding that really, would I say, moved me, or just really, I really admire. The other ones, I mean, they are nice, fancy. It's like just the typical trendy, loud Nigerian weddings. I love those ones as well. The one Chivido, J 2025, they've been nice. But when it comes to intentionality, I feel Kenne and Temi are like the ones that have really shown what it means to be an intentional bride. Like every single thing, you can tell they were basically living their dreams. You understand? The whole thing it's just so dreamy, so magical. So I really applaud how everything went, or how they organized everything, because they gave Vogue magazine, they gave them the world to see how everything happened. They gave them every single detail. They shared that with Vogue magazine. I took my time to read the entire article on Vogue magazine concerning the wedding, and it was such a beautiful story. It was a beautiful story. So for the fashion, before I even get to the fashion, so for the location, I don't know, for some reason I feel the traditional wedding, I would have loved to see them host the traditional wedding in Lagos. I don't know, for some reason, I don't know if they are Lagosians, but I believe the man's Semi's grandfather was the governor of Lagos at some point, so they're likely Lagosians. So I don't understand why they did not host the traditional wedding, because traditional wedding is supposed to celebrate your culture and your heritage, and why not just host it in your hometown, if that makes sense. But at the end of the day, she has her reasons, and hosting it in Dubai, according to her, Dubai still feels like home. And for the one they held in Monaco, the civil wedding, that was such a brilliant thing to host the civil wedding in Monaco. You know, Monaco, it's like exudes wealth, exudes opulence, and I just thought that was the perfect place to host the civil wedding. And her hosting the final one, that's the white wedding in Iceland, was also a beautiful thing. Temi has always been very transparent, you know, on how much she loves Iceland. If you follow her on TikTok and her vlogs and all those, you'd always hear her talk about, oh my god, I love Iceland, blah 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 blah. So she has always talked about how obsessed she has always been with Iceland, and Iceland being her favorite place. I like the fact that she did not just go for something trendy. You know how people will just go to Paris because that's where everybody's doing their wedding, or go to Lake Como because everybody's doing their wedding there. She was like, I'm going to do my wedding where I feel has some sort of connection with me. So I think I really, really enjoyed that. Not that those ones that do the trendy ones are like, no, I'm not going to say theirs is bad. Honestly, if I have the money, trust me, I'm shutting down Lake Como for my wedding, shutting down Paris for another of the wedding festivities. But over to, I think we should just head to the looks. Is there any other thing I want to talk about before the looks? I think we should just head over to the looks. So starting with the civil wedding, which was held at Marriott Monaco in Monte Carlo. The bride opted for a custom Wida Hoft and the groom is wearing custom Louis Vuitton. The bride's look is this beautiful embroidered suit, which it's a suit ensemble which included a cropped jacket, a corseted bodice and midi skirts, and she styled the look with a pair of white stilettos and kept her hair in a slick bun and completed the look with a very, very soft makeup. The groom, on the other hand, opted for this grey ensemble. It's just really formal and really polished ensemble, which he paired with a pair of black patterned leather shoes. So I think they both looked really good here. I love the whole formal aesthetic and how elegant Temi looked in her ensemble. It's kind of vintage, but not completely vintage. I love the whole embroidery and how that flowed through the entire ensemble and just tied the entire thing together perfectly. I love the choice of accessory she opted for. Everything seemed super clean, super pristine, and just complemented the ensemble well, and love how she completed the look with this white this bouquet of white flowers. While Mr Eazi, on the other hand, in as much as I like the structure of Mr Eazi's ensemble, I don't think I'm really a fan of the choice of color he opted for. I feel there's something about the color. This shade of grey just looked very, when I say tired, it just looked very unflattering in my opinion. I'd prefer something probably like a deeper shade of brown or probably navy blue, just something that seems to look more flattering on him. Besides, I think I love the construction of the ensemble. I mean, it's by Louis Vuitton. What were we expecting? It's well, well structured, well tailored. Temi's look, on the other hand, complemented his look so well, and I think they just tied well together. I love how they married both looks together so effortlessly. And if I'm to rate them both here, I think I'm going to rate Temi's look a 10. I don't think there's anything here I did not enjoy. And for Mr Eazi's look, probably a 9 out of 10. So for the civil wedding reception, which was held at Karl Lagerfeld's house, I'm sure you guys are familiar with Karl Lagerfeld. He's a fashion icon. I believe he was the creative director of Chanel, Fendi, and some other iconic fashion houses. So the civil wedding reception was held at Karl Lagerfeld's place. I believe the place is called Villa La Vigie. And for this round, she opted for custom Christopher John Roger, and it's this dramatic polka dot dress that featured a plunging neckline and this exaggerated skirt. Love the whole ball situation, by the way, and how they made the waistline very snatched. The whole black situation at the waistline. I also love how she styled the look with the polka dot shoes. I think the polka dot shoes complemented the dress so well, and the hat was the icing on the cake. Love the hat and the whole veil situation, how that partially covered her face and created this moody aesthetic for the look. I think that was so beautiful and just aesthetically pleasing. Mr Eazi, on the other hand, opted for a black suit paired with white dress shirts and a black tie, and he completed the look with a pair of black patterned leather shoes. I think his look was the classic menswear attire. This is what we see many grooms wear. Don't think it's anything out of the box. It's nothing unconventional or unusual. It's quite simple, but still a very decent look and befitting of the occasion. So something else I also enjoyed would have to be the photography. Just look at how everything was captured, how they fully capitalized on this gorgeous Monaco backdrop, and just the way the whole photography was done. I believe they were captured by Jose Villa, one of the most iconic photographers to ever exist. I believe he has worked with Demi Lovato, he worked with Becca Bloom quite recently, and just so many other high-profile clients. So him working with Temi Otedola and Mr Eazi just makes so much sense, and the way he brought the whole thing to life, just I love how the whole thing exuded opulence, how the whole thing exuded timelessness. Every single detail when it comes to this wedding is just out of this world. And if I'm to rate them both here, I think I'm going to rate Mr Eazi's look an 8 because it's not unconventional or anything out of the box, while Temi still gets a solid 10. Just look at the silhouettes of this dress. Look at the detailing at the waistline and the whole cinched waistline. I think that was just so beautiful and immaculately done. So I'm going to rate her a solid 10 here. So now for their traditional wedding, they flew to Dubai and hosted it in their family's home in Dubai, and they gave us 4 custom looks each. Mr Eazi gave us 4, Temi gave us 4. That's a total of 8 looks, and they worked with elite designers all through the entire thing, of course. And for their first look, Temi's wearing custom Zach Pose, and that's an international designer, which is quite an interesting thing to see an international designer give his own take on the traditional Yoruba outfits. I love how he was able to give the traditional Yoruba look a very interesting take. Love the whole pleats and how that made the texture of this look visually appealing. It's like I'm giving you details, but I'm not giving you the typical details. It's not the typical embroidery. When it comes to like Yoruba attires, it's always embroidery of different sorts. It could be beading, it could be appliques, just embroidery of different sorts. But here it's like I'm giving you pleats, I'm giving you clean lines, I'm giving you clean finish. Just look at the whole construction of this dress. The entire thing was well constructed and well executed. I'm really, really obsessed with how the entire thing was plated, and the neckline, of course, looked really, really flattering. And now let's get into the detail at the back. Take a look at the back. I love this bold detail and how this thing cascaded to the floor so gracefully. The entire thing was just so whimsical, so theatrical, so out of this world. It's like so unusual. It's a Yoruba costume, but it's not something we get to see very often. I love the silhouette of this dress. Just love every single detail. It's giving opulence, it's giving class, it's giving glamour. I love that it's also very would I say minimal when it comes to the detailing. Sort of minimal, which reflects Temi's personal style. Temi has a very minimal style, so I love how they were able to reflect that but still make it in a grand way to show it's her big day. She likes simple things, so again, to give her things, something that's quite simple but still add a bit of drama here and there. Just ensure it has this grandeur that's suitable for the grand occasion. So I think I really, really love how this look was executed from start to finish. Love how they crowned the look with the veil as well. Temi looked so bridal here. Temi looked like an absolute bride here. Just love how immaculate she looked here. The styling of the look was also done equally elegantly. Love the jewelry, so elegant. Love the shoes, so elegant. I believe her hand fan is custom Mazel. That's a Nigerian designer. And speaking of Mazel, Mazel also designed Eazi's look, Mr Eazi's look, and I think Mr Eazi's look was a bit, would I say, underwhelming in comparison to Temi's look. I don't think his look was. I think at this point we have to agree that Mr Eazi has a very simple personal style. I think that's what we've seen so far. His looks have been simple. So he just wanted Temi to really shine all through the entire wedding festivities, and he just kept things really minimal, which I still appreciate. Let the bride shine, because weddings are for the brides. Honestly, it's when the bride gets to live out her dreams. I think I love how he lets the bride shine here. And if I'm to rate them both, I think I would rate Mr Eazi's look. It's just the classic Agbada, so I'll just rate Mr Eazi's look and 8 again, and Temi's look a 10 across board. Take a look at the details. This look is just to die for. I love the rhythm of this dress, love the flair and how this just embodied the classic Yoruba bridal aesthetic, but still had a very, very interesting or unique take. So for their second look, they went full maximal. They gave us bold colors, gave us stunning structures, gave us striking details. Just take a look at the pizzazz, take a look at the regal aura these looks embody, take a look at the whole drama, the whole energy, the whole attitude, the whole spice. It's giving Yoruba royalties. I really, really enjoyed these ones. I believe Temi is wearing custom miso. He was known for like her capes and just very regal clothing. So I love this one she put Temi in. It's custom, it's beautiful. I love how she was even able to execute this Yoruba look so beautifully, and also had a very unique take. It's not the classic Yoruba look, had its own unique take, but still just looked very enjoyable, so beautiful, just so regal. Love the bodies, love the whole corseted bodies and how feminine the bodies look. Love the whole draped situation, how they draped the pleats at the bodies and the whole embroidery at the top parts at the neckline. I also like how they draped the pleats at the waistline asymmetrically, also contributed to that feminine essence the look had. And I love the floral details at the top parts of the coat or the top parts of the cape, and also the waistline as well. The whole floral details were to die for. They were intricately embroidered and just really elevated the look. I love the matching gele, love the custom hand fan. Every single thing here was so sickening. Every single thing here was so out of the box. I feel this is not typical Temi style, but I mean, it's her wedding. It's go big or go home. It's a Nigerian wedding at the end of the day. It's like go big or go home, and Temi clearly went big here. My girl went full big. Mr Eazi on the other hand did not keep things minimal here. He was like, no, this time around we are not doing minimal. Mr Eazi came correct this time around. I love the whole embroidery and how that flowed so intricately. I'm not quite sure who he's wearing, but I think this was just done so beautifully and clearly complemented Temi's look, complemented the whole pizzazz of Temi's look. I love how both looks were tied together and how both looks were married so beautifully, with the color scheme, the matte details. The attention to detail here is just top notch. It's out of this world. I don't even know how to overemphasize this thing. I'm so obsessed with everything going on here from start to finish, from head to toe. Just love the regal vibe, the richness, the opulence. Love every single thing here. And if I'm to rate them both, of course I'd have to rate them both a solid 10 here. Next, we have their Delta Igbo inspired looks, and she's wearing Lisa Folawiyo. And once again, I don't know who Mr. Eazi is wearing. So the thing is, the exclusive interview that was given to Vogue was by Temi, and she mostly talked about her own look. She did not really give us details on Mr. Eazi's look. So here she's wearing Lisa Folawiyo, and Lisa Folawiyo is one of the most iconic Nigerian designers. And Temi has always been a Lisa Folawiyo girl. She loves bold colors sometimes, and Lisa Folawiyo for sure knows how to do bold colors. She knows how to execute bold colors so well, or play with bold colors so well. So she has always been Elisa Folawiyo girl, and I love the beading at the top part. Like, if you want to know if a Nigerian designer is involved with something or in a dress, just take a look at the beadwork. The devil is always in the detail. The way they detail their looks, you can always tell when a Nigerian designer is involved. And I love the beadwork at the top part, and the way the skirt was fringed so beautifully, and the movements of the skirt, the whole fluidity of this look. Love the structure. Love how they styled the look with the coral beads. Like, the white number looks so pretty, and then the coral beads just added pop of color and elevated the whole thing. Love the contrast the coral beads provided, and the extra pizzazz gave the look. Also love the headpiece as well. And talking of the headpiece, I feel the headpiece was sort of giving this Benin bride or Edo brides. When it comes to Igbo brides, I'm not entirely sure what Delta brides particularly wear, but the few ones I've seen, they always wear things that are quite kind of like Igbo inspired looks, you understand? But this one, the headpiece was giving Edo bride for some reason. I don't know if there's any story behind that. I believe it's called the Aquacha, which is also like an Igbo inspired look typically, so I don't understand why she's wearing this headpiece, but it's probably a further story behind that. Anyway, Mr Eazi on the other hand is wearing the typical southern groom attire. Love how everything was just curated. I think the tailoring of his look was done really well. It's this white robe or white coat paired with a white kaftan. Love the tassels at the hem. Is that tassels or the fringed detail at the hem, and the way everything just looked so beautiful, so pretty, and complemented him. His look is like white and with coral beads. Love the headpiece he opted for. The hat, right? I love the hat he opted for, and how that complemented and elevated the look. I think they both looked really amazing here. Love how their looks complemented each other, and just how they tied both looks together once again so well. It's not matchy vibe, but just was tied well together. So if I'm to rate them both here, of course I'd rate them both a solid 10 here. So now for the traditional wedding after party, they gave us glitters, gave us sparkles. It's like they said, we're going to come casual as expected when it comes to after parties. We're going to come casual, but we're going to ensure we still outshine everybody, and they literally outshine everybody. Just take a look at the sparkles, the amount of glitters, and how they dazzled, how they both, dazzled on that light or glowed in the dark. I love the wall strings and how the strings were draped on Temi's dress and the sleeves of the dress. That made the dress very feminine. Just love how she dazzled in this. Also love the curly updo she crowned the look with. That complemented the look, as well as the makeup she completed the look with. I also really like Mr Eazi's look. I like how the gold jacket sort of broke the all black color scheme he had going on, and that just looked so beautiful. So I love the whole dazzle they both had going on here, and how they complemented each other. Sammy's on is more like silver, while Mr Eazi's on is more like gold, so it's like a bit different but still complemented each other so well, and I just enjoyed both looks here. And if I'm to rate them both here, I think I'm going to rate them both a solid 9 here. Something else I also enjoyed from the traditional wedding would have to be the decor, the entire aesthetic of the space, the ambiance. So it was done in the Otedola's residence in Dubai and was inspired by a private members-only club in Lagos. And we can clearly see the Afrocentric vibe with the Ankara chairs and the tropical trees. And I love how refreshing that looked. I feel that just oozed so much sophistication. And I love the Arabian aesthetic they introduced as well with the Arabian lamps. I mean, this was held in Dubai, an Arabian city. So seeing them introduce that Arabian essence and blend it with this African essence was just done so brilliantly and so beautifully, and was so appealing to look at. I also like the fact that they also paid homage to Mr Eazi's mom, Edith Ajibade, and they paid homage to her with the Igbo inspired costumes they had on. So I think they were very intentional when it came to the traditional wedding, with executing every single thing from the decor to the looks, which was just such a very thoughtful thing. So shortly before the main wedding in Iceland, they had their wedding rehearsals, and they gave us a sneak peek of what to expect for the main day. Temi opted for Valentino. It's this very flamboyant ensemble with the traditional Valentino silhouette. It's a dress with flared sleeves paired with a cape. Love the whole flourish situation and this beautiful olive green shade, and how flattering the dress looked on her. And the hairstyle she also paired the dress with. I think the hairstyle was so beautiful and complemented the whole grandeur. Mr Eazi, on the other hand, opted for this black jacket, which was embroidered with floral details. I believe the floral details were supposed to complement Temi's dress, and they clearly complemented Temi's dress. He paired the jacket with black pants, a white dress shirt, and black leather shoes. I think it's for a wedding rehearsal, so I was expecting anything overly dramatic. Wedding rehearsals are just basically, would I say, it's a rehearsal for the main wedding day. Basically, they don't do anything. It's not like a party or anything that grand. So I think these looks were perfect for the wedding rehearsal. Temi was even keeping things more grand than usual, but I mean, she's Temi Otedola. How would she show them she's an Otedola? She does not come in a dramatic look. How would she show them she's a billionaire's daughter? So I love this look on Temi, perfect for the occasion. Mr Eazi's look as well was also perfect for the occasion, suits the occasion, and I think I would rate them both a 10 here. It's nothing grand, but just complements the occasion well. So now So for the grand finale, she started with her bridal robe, of course, and she's not wearing the traditional bridal robe. It's this number by D squared, which is a very unconventional sort of bridal robe. I don't know why she did not go for the traditional bridal robe, but I really enjoyed what she had on here. I love the whole deconstructed vibe. I feel that's something the D squared brand is known for. Something very unconventional, something very edgy. I love the whole cuts and just how voluminous the dress looked and how flattering it looked on her. I love the soft shade. I also really enjoyed how the soft glam contrasted the whole pizzazz the dress had. The dress was sort of giving this wild vibe, while the glam was giving clean girl, giving soft girl, and I really love the whole contrast and how that balanced the look. I think that was so beautiful to look at. I think this look was just such a splendid look, such a stunning look, and very unusual. One thing about me, I've said this a billion times, I love when brides do things that are very unusual. I don't like things that are just so predictable. So I really enjoyed how unpredictable this looked and just the entirety of this look. And if I'm to rate this look, I'd rate this look a solid 10. So for the grand finale, Temi took the idea of being an unconventional bride a step further. She showed the girls how it's done. My God, someone called the dog, so I can barely breathe at this point. The moment I saw this look, I was blown away. Literally, I was blown away, blown off my feet. Because what the actual hell, what in the gorgeousness is going on here? What is happening here? I saw this look, it's just a masterpiece. The whole, and even the photography. When I tell you Jose is one of the best photographers out there, this is just a clear evidence. Just take a look at the way this thing was captured. Look at how the veil flowed and how the movement of the dress, how the dress itself flowed as well. I love every single thing here and how the entire thing was just curated so perfectly. It's by Fendi and it's not even just a custom look, it's haute couture. And if you know anything about fashion, haute couture is the highest level when it comes to fashion. It's even higher than custom. A custom look can cost slightly lesser sometimes, but when it comes to haute couture, it takes years to create. It takes like really skilled artisans to create. That is when the brand really gets to would I say show themselves. That's when they give the best of the best. So the fact she's wearing an haute couture dress by Fendi, one of the greatest Italian fashion houses, is just so mind-blowing. And the fact it's something that's it's so unusual. I believe it's inspired by Audrey Hepburn's 1954 bridal look, and I love how they executed this. I love the keyhole detail at the top parts. Love the whole marble situation. I think the marble situation was the icing on the cake. It was just such an unusual detail. The whole black splattering and how that elevated the look and just took the look there. My God, I'm deceased because what is happening here? Every single thing here was so striking. Every single thing here was well executed. Love the soft glam. Temi is the queen of soft glam, and I love the dainty white flowers and how that complemented the majestic look. I really love this look. I'm living for every single detail here from start to finish. I also love the idea of it being a silk dress. I feel like embroidered dresses are so common these days. It's been overworn at this point. So the fact she opted for silk even made it more unique. I love the keyhole detail, as I've said. Also love the sleeves. I feel the sleeves gave the look this sort of vintage aesthetic, which I really enjoyed. It's a very timeless look. It's an opulent look. I really enjoyed everything. According to Temi, she described this look as I think darkly romantic and natural, and I feel she did not lie, girl. She did not lie at all. That's what this look was exuding. Every single thing here was just perfect. And from to rate this look, I think I'd rate this look a solid 10. Next, we have Mr Eazi in this classic black tuxedo by Saint Laurent. It's a double-breasted tuxedo and was paired with matching black pants, a white dress shirt, and also adorned with this crystallized brooch. And he completed the look with a pair of black patterned leather shoes. So I think he looked very dashing here. It's a formal ensemble, the classic groom's attire. It's just an amazing look. But I do think the look could have been altered a bit. There's something with the jacket, or there's something about the jacket that just looked oversized and could have been tailored a bit, or could have been altered. I don't know if it's a bespoke look, because if it's a bespoke look, then it should have been tailored to fit him, or should have been tailored more precisely. But if it's not, even though it's not a bespoke look, you could have still altered that. The Saint Laurent team could have still altered that to ensure it fits him like perfectly. Mostly because he's a groom, do you understand? So I don't think I like that fact that it's not so precise. But besides that, it's a fantastic look and just very dashing. And if I'm to rate this look, I'll rate this look a solid 9 out of 10. For their reception looks, Temi maintained her bridal aura in this pristine white number that was draped at the waistline and also draped at one sleeve. And I love the soft ruching and just how modest the entire thing looked. She looked so pristine and clean here, and I love how the dress hugged her body and the whole flamboyant silhouette. The entire thing was just well done. Love the pair of peep toes she started to look with, and the drop earrings as well as the updo. Her accessories are just perfect for this look. She looked so clean here and just so perfect. Mr Eazi's look, on the other hand, complemented hers. It's this white cropped jacket skirt with a very interesting structure, paired with black pants and black shoes. You know, it's a classy look, very clean as well, tastefully tailored. Both looks went well together, super classy, super clean. You know, one thing, you cannot buy class. These people will be class now for local. I really enjoyed how classy they both looked here, and if I'm to rate them both here, I think I'd rate them both a solid 10 out of 10. So lastly, we have this look she shared exclusively on her TikTok. I don't think this was a part of the Vogue article. I did not see this in the Vogue article, so I believe this was just exclusively on her TikTok. And it's this beautiful dress with a striking silhouette. I really love the mini length of the dress and the voluminous skirt. I feel the bodice looked so similar to what she wore for her civil wedding. That one by Wida Hofts. It looked so similar. I don't know if it's also by Wida Hofts. I believe it's likely by Wida Hofts as well. But this one had these bold details at the hem of the bodice, which connected it to the voluminous skirt, and the entire thing was just so beautiful. The structure looked so flattering and complemented her body type. She was giving princess hair, and I love how the sparkly stilettos complemented the dress and just looked so enchanting overall. Love the sparkly bag as well, and the ponytail was definitely the icing on the cake, and the entire thing just tied well together so beautifully. And if I'm to rate this, I would rate this look a solid 10. So we've come to an end of today's video, and these are my thoughts on the looks we got at Mr Eazi and Temi Otedola's internet breaking wedding. I would like to know your thoughts in the comments, your thoughts on the entire looks in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up to help the algorithm push it to more audience. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do not forget to subscribe and also turn on your notifications to get notified whenever I drop related content. Shout out to all my returning subscribers. You're like the absolute best. Bye for now and see you all in my next video.